the preview because, we know it's going to be a difficult game. We know we seem to struggle down on the South Coast no matter who the manager is. And I do remember that game where we lost 1-0, but it could have been 4-5-6. Take your pick. They absolutely tore us apart that game. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net as much as their chances suggested. So I feel that Spurs and Thomas Frank are going to sit really deep in this game and look for counter-attacks. And that's what we're going to do.
Probably. It's what we do every game, so it's probably what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, we didn't do it in the first half against Sunderland.
We did press them high. But still, even that Sunderland game, it wasn't like we were keeping possession and we were building up through the thirds and, putting pressure. It was very much long ball, win the second balls. When they have possession, you press them high, and we were getting joy out of that. But it still wasn't like we were playing great football, put it that way, just very quick passes out wide and getting the wingers in there earlier. And I think the most joy we were getting is actually pressing them high and winning the ball up high up the pitch. And maybe we could do that against Bournemouth. Obviously, Bournemouth, one of their more impressive results and performances was against us probably earlier this season, how dominant they were. That was obviously the first time we saw real cracks in what Thomas Frank's trying to do. And ever since then, the cracks have really widened, I think it's fair to say. But Bournemouth were the first team to really expose it for what it was. At the time, it seemed a blip, didn't it, early in the season? It was like, okay, just one of those things early in his tenure. We'll learn from it. Unfortunately, we haven't learned from it. And in fact, a lot of teams have probably looked at that blueprint and have replicated it and have kept us really at arm's length. Now, Bournemouth, the thing could implement the same thing in that game, and they were so relentless. The thing is with Bournemouth, how they've played in the last 11 games, as much as they haven't got the results, they haven't actually played too badly in a lot of these games. I was looking at some of the underlying numbers, and I would say about half of those games, like, they should have won. Like, looking at the numbers, like, a lot of them, they're still creating big numbers. They are conceding a lot in terms of like chances, but they're creating still like quite solidly at least 2 XG per game. Now we're very solidly creating under one. So if that kind of if that continues, then it's going to be a very difficult day for us. And I just don't think we should go under any illusion that just because they're on the 11-game winless run, that it's going to be an easy game.
I don't think that means nothing coming into this game. Bournemouth on a winless run. How many times have we played a team on a winless run and come out second best? So I look at that game when they played against Arsenal, and for the first half they were relentless against Arsenal, and you're talking about the best defence in the world, and they were able to pick holes through it and create chances. Yes, they didn't get the goals maybe their performance deserved. They scored one through a mistake from Gabriel, but they really should have scored more in terms of the way that they were attacking Arsenal. So looking at that game, that's something to fear. That is something to fear going into this game, because
absolutely,
you're talking about the best defence going to the vitality and struggling in 45 minutes, the first 45 minutes. Well, we're nowhere near the best defence.
No, and the big problem for me is with that is we allow shots. Like, we allow shots from what we consider to be less dangerous areas or low XG areas. But we're more than willing to allow teams to shoot from tight angles or outside the box or whatever, as long as they don't have shots from inside the box. That's what we're concerned about. Now, Bournemouth are very happy to do that. They're very happy to rain down shots on you and take shots like Semenyo is very happy to make a yard and shoot. And I am worried that pressure is definitely going to tell, and they're going to find a couple of moments of quality and score the goals. Now, what I'm hopeful for is that with Xavi back in the team, with Tell in the team, and some more attacking players going the other way, that we're going to have some firepower there. Maybe if Bergvall's in the team as well, we'll have some firepower to hurt them and to actually exploit them, because they're very open defensively. And they only kind of have one way of playing, and that's going 100 miles an hour. And if you're good enough, you can catch them out. So hopefully we do that, whether it be from set pieces, long balls over the top, or just Tell and Odebear finding that space in behind, or Xavi picking the lock. We have definitely enough methods of attack to hurt them. But we're definitely going to be under the cosh. We're definitely going to find it hard to keep them quiet. They're going to unsettle us, I'm very sure about that. And they're going to be taking lots and lots of shots, and we're going to allow them to. And I think that's going to also be a case of us being our undoing.
I tell you, I guarantee you Tavernier scoring this game.
Tavernier.
He loves spamming those shots from the edge of the box. And he's got a good shot on him. He takes their set pieces as well. I really like Tavernier. I think he's such a good player.
And Alex Scott as well had a brilliant game early in the season against us. And his boyhood Tottenham fan, he's going to be that extra motivation as well for him.
Yeah, it's absolutely. So if this is the midfield that we're going for, we just need Paulinho to be at his absolute best, chasing around, putting out fires all over the pitch, because they're such a quick, aggressive, fast-paced team, and I'm just not sure Spurs are going to be able to handle it. I really don't think so. And if we sit back and try and soak up the pressure, we're not going to be able to soak it up. That's the problem.
I agree. But then on the flip side, I think if we try to go, I think what Frank's fear will be is if we try to go toe-to-toe with them with the energy and physicality, are we going to be able to do that?
I think there's more chance of that, us getting joy doing that, than sitting back and trying to soak up the pressure.
I agree, because I think if we do that, what you're saying, it's going to be one-way traffic and it's going to be a horror show. I think at least if we go try and take the game to them and match them with physicality, we're probably going to get outdone on some occasions, but we'll do them on some occasions as well. And we'll probably get some joy out of it. I don't think there's any situation here with the way we've been playing that we go there, we dominate, and we just win the game comfortably. I just don't see that happening in any situation, wherever we do. Because we just haven't been that team this season. So whatever happens, this is going to be a game where either we go forward and we press them high and we try to create chances but leave the back door a bit open and it becomes a bit of a ping-pong game, or we sit back, soak up the pressure, try and hit on the counter, and I think in that situation we get penned in, we don't have any outballs, and we lose the game, like similar to Forest.
Yeah. Look, Frank is going to bank on that, isn't he? He's going to bank that the clean sheet mentality will bring us through. We'll sit back, we'll try and hit them on the counter-attack, and he'll probably say, we've got Moani up there, we've got Javi back in the team, we've got speedy wingers with Tell and Odebear on the wings to hurt them on the transition. But I just feel that we're going to get suffocated if we do that, and I think we will get suffocated, and I think that is the way we're going to play it. So yeah, I find this game really difficult to see any sort of avenue that Spurs can win. And with Bournemouth actually not winning in their last 11 games, that's even more dangerous. That's even more dangerous because they're going to be chomping at the bit to get those 3 points. They know how much the 3 points mean to them.
Yeah, and they've just lost to Arsenal as well, so it's going to be classic. Lose to Arsenal, beat us.
Yeah,
and they drew to Chelsea as well just before.
Look, they are, how many points are they behind us? 4 points.
4 points.
4 points behind us. So look, it's all. It's just frustrating, isn't it?
So a win for them, and they're 1 point behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need some sort of miracle going into this game.
How are we talking about playing 15th and we're saying we need a miracle?
Because that's where we're at right now. Like, that's not their true position, though. Let's be real. We know this isn't Bournemouth's true position.
No.
Like, they're a top half team. They're a top half team for sure.
I think mid-table's like probably fair in terms of the quality. I think what is the difference is the manager. I think if let's say Gary Neal was still in charge, I think this probably would be not an unfair position.
Yeah,
but I think
Gary O'Neill's not in charge.
I know, I'm saying, but the manager makes all the difference. I'm saying quality of the team-wise, this is not like that crazy. I mean, 15th is pretty low, but they're like a mid-table team, in my opinion, in terms of quality.
Yeah, but the manager's part of the team, so I think like
because his tactics.
The true level of everyone involved, I think, above 10th for sure.
I think 10th is probably fair.
Like, I think they're better than Brentford, they're better than Sunderland, they're better than Everton, better than Fulham, potentially better than Brighton. They're better than all those teams, and they're all above them. This, like you said, this run that they're on, is not what it should be.
No, they've been underperforming a lot in this run, like in terms of what they should be getting. They've been unlucky, put it that way.
It's so classic Spurs, though, isn't it? Semenyo's last game. They were like, they've waited, let him play against Arsenal, let him play against Tottenham, and then we'll take him. Always works out, these kind of things against Tottenham.
Put it this way, in 7 of those 11 games, they've won the XG battle. So I think that shows that they've not really deserved to be losing that many of them.